come the Braves, and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassen with a shot, and he scores! He drives it, walking in, he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood! Teresic gets a shot and scores! 4-4! Lachlan going to the net, shoots, and he scores! And then towards Cox, Cox gets the shot away, Davis makes the save, no, it's in! It's in, first over the lead!
Live from O'Brien Group Arena in Melbourne, this is AIHL TV. The regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Owners are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the O'Brien Group Arena in Melbourne for this afternoon's AIHL clash between the Newcastle Northstars and the Melbourne Mustangs. The Mustangs put their crosstown rivals, the Melbourne Ice, to the sword on Friday night in the Melbourne Derby, staging a comeback from 3 goals down and scoring 5 unanswered goals to win the Derby 5-3. Well, the Northstars also claimed the points off the Melbourne Ice in a thrilling game yesterday in this very building. Rob Hazelhurst, the hero, delivering a buzzer beater in regulation for the Northstars to take all 3 points in a 5-4 win. Both teams looking for the full 6 points here this afternoon for the weekend in what should be an epic clash. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Steve White, and joining me in the commentary box for this afternoon's games, very good afternoon to Rod Johns.
Good afternoon, my friend, and I just got to say, a buzzer beater. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Well,
buzzer beater.
0.3 of a second, I think, remaining. There was a lot of debate online about whether it had counted or not, but it did indeed, as I think our director, James Morgan, actually...
I heard all about that.
Apparently he did, yes. So, well, he told me anyway. But to today's game, some changes for both teams. But coming into this game, I mean, the Mustangs were great against the Melbourne Ice on Friday night. The North Stars were great against the Ice last night. How do you see this one playing it out?
Well, I have to be a little biased. I think that at the end of the day, Mustangs are on a high.
Yep.
They knocked off their crosstown rivals, and they actually managed to relish in that a little bit and have a day off. Well, Melbourne Ice had to go up against the North Stars, and the North Stars beat them. And I'm sure that they would have had to expend an awful lot of energy to do that. So they'll be tired, right? They'll want to sweep as well.
Yep.
The Mustangs got to have the jump on them, okay? So as long as they come out firing and don't do anything silly and don't let the North Stars get a jump on them at the start of the game, I've got my money on the Stangs, and not because I'm a Stang man.
Okay, fair enough. One change for the Newcastle Northstars. Zane Jones not in the lineup, ejected last night for the hit on Chris Wong. He was a presence and a half last night for the Melbourne Ice, so very physical. A lot of some of the hits people were debating about as well. But how much do you think of a loss he's going to be for the North Stars tonight?
I think it'll be a big deal, because at the end of the day, he's brought a skill set to the game that Melbourne Mustangs would have had to have taken care of. So thankfully, the referees have done their job for them. He's not in the lineup, so certainly that's got to hurt the North Stars, especially when people are tired too, you know.
And a couple of changes for the Mustangs. Obviously, Jamie Burke and Kahu Joyce still suspended. Luke Fisher in the lineup tonight. Lazaretto's out. Anderson's out. So how do you see these guys coming in tonight?
Well, I think Luke is always looking for an opportunity to have a bit of a go. So this gives him a chance with the door open. So hopefully he'll get time on the ice to show the coach what he can and can't do. I think there's one other player that's out for the Stangs is Stephen Bellick.
Steve Bellick, yep.
So, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Mikey McDowell's back in the lineup.
Yep.
So that helps.
And Mitch Humphries wearing jersey number 20 for this afternoon's game. So if you're a little confused as to who it is, wait until the helmet comes off and the locks come up. But fans, don't forget also, if you want your tweets on screen toward tonight's AIHL game, use the hashtag AIHL Game Day, and Rod will endeavour to read them out, provided they're in English.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Now the other one game today is the Ice Dogs and Thunder. Now, providing how this game turns out, the Ice Dogs and CBR Brave are starting to slip away at the top of the table. Early stages yet. What are your thoughts on the ladder so far?
Well, it's I think, again, it's interesting, isn't it? And, you know, you and I have been involved in this for quite a while, and so you think you've got it sewed up and you think you know where things are going, and then all of a sudden things happen like what happened on Friday night. You're down 3-0, okay? Looks like you could be toast. And the next thing you know, you win the game 5-3. And then it happens again with half a second left. Melbourne Ice lose, and all of a sudden the whole ladder takes a bit of a shift.
And that being said, the Mustangs on 9, they win today. They go equal top with the Brave and the Ice Dogs. They have the better record too. No overtime games so far, shootout games so far. And the Northstars, they came off the bottom. If they win today, they go to 9 points, equal terms with the Mustangs. The Mustangs have the better record though, so they will sit in 5th should the Northstars win. The Northstars will sit in 5th, I should say. Let's go down to centre ice now for the singing of the national anthem, and then we're back with the drop of the puck. Well, that does it for the pre-game national anthem, and the hockey is about to begin here in Melbourne. Third game at the Ice House. Ice House, I'm going to get in trouble saying that. I'm going to get out of that for you on the O'Brien Group Arena here in Melbourne. And, well, it's been a great weekend. Friday night hockey, I thought, was a real winner. Yep. That derby was outstanding. A lot of people, obviously, after work coming down. So hopefully there's another couple to go.
Well, mate, I've always said I was a fan of Thursday night, okay, and I'll stick to that. So at the end of the day, it's a different crowd, okay,
yep.
And it's like hockey night in Canada, isn't it? So bring it on, brother. And you can see that the place is packed, and you paid $25 to come and watch the game. You got $25 worth of value for money, didn't you?
Indeed, you did.
So,
and talking about value for money, let's get down to the action. Starting goaltenders, Petri Pitkinen in net again for the Mustangs. 4 games played, record of 3-1, save percentage of .916. And the Newcastle Northstars going with Dane Davis tonight. He's played 4 games, 1 win, 3 losses, and a save percentage of .866% on the year. Charlie Smart played in the game on Friday. The Northstars switching things up in net. It's obviously Charlie was away at Worlds for a good part of 3 weeks. The Newcastle Mighty Roos, but in terms of his absence from the Northstars. So here comes Rob Malloy, and Matt Lindsay, 2 other Mighty Roos, one of 5 that represented Australia from the Newcastle Northstars. Here's Lander down the near side. Ex-Sydney Bear wraps around behind the net looking for options. Puck lost in his skates, but he held on to it. Back now here to Hartrick, who scored his 100th AIHL point last night with a hat-trick. Congratulations to him. Hartrick now has the puck on a string, gets pushed there off it by McMahon. And the puck comes all the way back out now here to alternate captain Matthew Lindsay. Puts it in now here for Nick Rivet, another ex-Sydney Bear from last season. Malloy in on the forecheck against O'Kane. 2 gentlemen from the upstate New York area originally. Now called Australia home. Moved over Lander in a high stick. That caught, I think, Ferguson right under the visor. Oh, yeah, he's got a mouse right under the left eye. He's bleeding already. Let's hope he's okay. Don't think referee Jeff Click saw that.
Very, very lucky.
Yeah.
It looks like he caught it, like you said, right under the crest of his eye there.
Yeah, it's just a blade there if you see on the replay of Hartrick's stick. And unintentional. Blood is drawn, so we'll see what the call is here. There was a stoppage. I think the officials for this afternoon's game, I should say, referee Jeff Klink, your linesman Russell Dow and Craig Armstrong-Frey. There's still a conversation between those guys going on.
High stick.
High stick is the call. And there's a bit of dispute there from the Northstars bench. Well, the replay is pretty clear. It was unintentional, of course, but the high stick's there to be called. But well, Rob Malloy's not happy at all.
Well, I don't think it's really debatable, is it? I mean, there was a high stick and he cut him. He drew blood, so...
Yeah. So in terms of who's going to the box, there seems to be still a bit of indecision from the bench. But my replay shows it was Joe Hartrick. And the Mustangs will be off to a power play here to start proceedings. Pretty good on the power play on Friday night. Melbourne Ice were as well, but as we can see, well, apparently Dave Ferrari's going to serve it. Let's have a look at the replay. Here we go. There's Hartrick just in the top of your shot there. Brett Ferguson goes for banger.
There, it's got to be Hartrick.
Yeah.
So why is he going?
Well, it looks like Ferrari has taken one for the team, figuratively and literally.
Well,
yeah.
That's interesting.
And the Mustangs will go on the power play here with 14-13 remaining in the first as Michael McMahon skates back now here for the Mustangs in over his own goal line. Pat Naden in pursuit. He's had a pretty good season so far. Out now here to Apps, who scored his AIHL first goal on debut on Friday night. Turned out to be the game winner. Picked up now here by Vyasov. Scoops it out now here to McMahon. He one-touches this one over to McDowell, and now on to Vyasov at the far half wall. Naden up high on the forecheck here for the Northstars. It's played down low. Jones in the slot, and he just can't connect. And it comes back out now here to Apps. Tried to slide that one through there to McDowell. Jones and Apps interchange possession of the puck. McDowell fires one, and that was over the shoulder there of Davis. And no threat to his net. Malloy picks it up now here for the Northstars and whips it out. Well, kept on the right side of the blue line there by McDowell. Hands off now to Vyasov. McMahon looking for it, and a good save there from Dane Davis. Probably his first meaningful save of the afternoon. Vyasov now flies it across. Jones, well, that went through almost through the pads and into the netting. Well, it actually didn't touch the netting. Looked like it was dislodged a little there from our vantage point. Play continues. Vyasov chips this one out over the head of Michael McDowell, unintentionally, of course. And 12:53 remaining with two double stick. Sorry, I should point out it's a double minor. Blood was drawn, so long power play here for the Mustangs. Here's O'Kane down the far side. O'Kane fires a long-range shot in. Giving chase there for the Mustangs was Davies. It's picked up in front. Here's Paddy Ward, ex-Sydney Ice Dog and Sydney Bear. Also came across to Newcastle this season. Lander puts on the Jets, scoops up ice there past O'Kane and Robertson. Robertson takes the angle away and pushes up Lander into the corner. Davies now top a quick shot from Lawson, and a good save there from Pitcairn, and his first save of the game. Lander flips this one back out after he almost gets flipped into the bench there by Mitch Humphreys, and Pitcairn scoots this puck out, and it's picked up now here by McCoy. Hands off now here to Davies, of course, of Team Great Britain, who went. He gets put into the bench hard there. A nice stiff check from Sam Lawson. The Commonwealth countries, the UK and Canada collide there. Here's O'Kane. Puts it back to the point now. McMahon, the captain, down low. Go to the Mustangs there for Humphreys. It's flipped out of the zone. McMahon in a foot race. Here's Hartrick now, one-on-one. Hartrick got a bit of time and space. Hartrick looking for a pass open. He slides it across. Oh, looking for Tazarek. And a good back check there from Brendan McDowell. Broke that play up. And a short-handed opportunity there for the Northstars. Here's Humphreys. Slides it across to McDowell. Nice moves. Gets it poked away there by Tazarek. Held into the blue line. McMahon puts it in to the corner there. As Vyasov gets harassed. McMahon now the puck at the high point. He shoots, and that was blocked up high by Tazarek. And Hartrick fires this one up ice. And well, chopped off there by Tazarek. And he's going to just slow things down and put in a casual dump and allow his Northstars compatriots to punch up and get a change of personnel. Here's Vyasov to Jones. Left the puck in the skates. Almost picked off there by Liam Manwaring. Here's Apps to the outside. Apps just pulls up. Tried to slide that one through, and it's dumped back up ice there by Manwaring, who has a little bit of a conversation there with Adam Vyasov. Pitcairn out of his net. And he leaves it behind now here for Troy Robertson. 10:39 remaining in the first period. Scoreless if you've just tuned in here at O'Brien Group Arena. 20 seconds left on this 4-minute power play here for the Mustangs, their first of the afternoon. As Reveille, Jones' stick gets caught up there in the legs of Reveille. McDowell puts it back into the corner. As Reveille gives chase there with Jones. Reveille wins that battle. Manwaring skates onto the puck. Got Pat Naden streaking up ice. And back into the action comes Dave Ferrari. We're back to 5-on-5. The Mustangs 0 for 1 on the power play here this evening. As this put up down here to Malloy. Nice move, spinorama around Davies. Flishes it up there to Archerick. Slapped right back, and the Mustangs come back with it here through Davies. O'Kane going hard to the net. Tries to connect there with Davies. Nice play between those two guys. And unfortunately, no opportunity coming out of that in terms of a scoring chance for the Mustangs. This one flipped up high to centre. Davies takes it in the skates and wheels back around to centre. And well, can't get past the reach there. And Nick Reveille off to Lander now. 44-24. Here's Lander shooting, and a good save there by 54. Petri Pikkinen, and he covers.
Well. That was a good save off of by Petri, and that's what you want. Interestingly enough, that was 4 minutes, and they really never tested the Northstars goaltender.
Yeah.
So they've got to do better than that on their power play if they want to take it to these guys.
Pretty aggressive penalty kill from the Northstars too, I think.
Absolutely.
Particularly Pat Naden up high was really causing them some problems.
I mean, the Mustangs were in there, but they never really got, I think, what they wanted to get off, and they never really tested the goaltender.
And speaking of power plays, now the Northstars are on. Andrew Erzen got the gate. I didn't see what that was for. Didn't see the referee's hand up. And slashing's the call against Andrew Erzen. Must have just been down here in the corner at the end of that stoppage there. And Petri Pikkinen must have been after the whistle.
We might get our friends to show a replay on that, because both of us were distracted and didn't see that. Andrew actually had a pretty good game on Friday, I thought.
He did. Yeah, he sticking into that first defensive pairing there with Michael McMahon. Let's have a look at this again. Here's Lander. I can't see it there. There's a couple of taps. Maybe it was after this, because I didn't see much in... The referee's hand wasn't up then. Anyway, play continues. Here's Reveille. Sorry, Lander down at Reveille now at the point. Reveille. One-timer, and Lawson, a bit like Rod Johns on the fourth fairway. Swing and a miss. Out now here to Dane Davis.
You haven't been watching my golf game.
Oh, you don't want to see me on the green. As this one moved up now here by Lander. On the far side now here to Lawson. Lawson pulls up, shoots, and Petkinen got a piece of it, and it's steered wide. Reveille. Just fished out there by Malloy and Lander. Lander side of the net, jams at it. Malloy does too, it's loose. Malloy with another try, and it's out into the face-off circle, and danger averted there for the Mustangs as Pitkinen lost his paddle. Lander to Reveille, just on the side, the blue line. Reveille across now here to Lawson with a shooting angle. Shoots, slides it in front. It ends up in the wickets there of Pitkinen. He holds on.
So Nate, watch that again, okay? So if you remember on Friday, right? Melbourne Ice scored 2 goals from right where Lawson was standing. They have to watch their back door on that, or they're going to get burned. So Pitkinen's waiting, and he just waited too long to take that shot.
It was like Devon Crowe with those 2 goals.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So 53 seconds remaining on this penalty to Andrew Erzen for slashing. First power play of the game here for the Northstars. The face-off trickles into the opposite corner. Here's O'Kane. He whips this one out, chopped off there by Ward. Ward looking for options, finds one in the form of Manwaring. Lindsay and Ward manning the points on this second power play unit here for the Northstars. A wide angle shot by Naden, and that one was steered aside rather calmly there by Petri Pitkinen. 8:08 to go here in the first. Here's Lindsay. Picks this up at centre. Lindsay now in over the blue line. Cut through 3 Mustangs players. Finally gets enough of it there from Troy Robertson to delay his progress. And Vyasov forces this one back up. 2-on-2 break here, short-handed. Developing here for the Mustangs. Shot from Vyasov. Great save from Davis. And he holds on.
That was a great little play, a little bit of a drag and a good snapshot. And I think that the goaltender was looking to see what Pat O'Kane was going to be doing too. Yep. So Batum played that well and used the defense as a little bit of a screen. What, bing, see that? Good play. I give him 9 out of 10 for that.
Okay, fair enough. Pretty generous critic. No, I'm just kidding. 7:47 to go here in period number 1. Reveille peels off and creates some space now here for the Northstars. Here's Tommy Lander. Lander with Tezarek. Lander still got the puck. He's harassed there by a couple of others. Loose and they score! Lander managed to slide the puck across there to Sam Lawson, and the visitors get on the board first, 1-0.
Interestingly, McMahon made the right play on that. He took the body, but where was his partner? So you need to see that on the replay to see where the trailer was, the wide-angle trailer, okay, and who was on him.
Sam Lawson, his first goal as a North Star, first AIHL goal. Let's have a look at this, Rob.
So he beats him, but McMahon had him right there. Both guys are on Landa. Who's got the other guy?
A great vision initially there by Lander. I mean, it banked off the Petri Pikkinen in the end, but the intention was there.
Yep.
And Lawson just finished it off. And the North Stars riding the momentum they had from last night's game so far. 1-0. They lead the Mustangs. As this shot up now here to Mitch Humphries, across now here to Davies. Hazelhurst, an ex-Perth Thunder player who had the winning goal last night. Quick snap one ahead. Here's Humphries at centre. Davies looking to pick the pocket there as Shane Southwood. Pinching in there was Sheard. It's looped across and all the Mustangs looking to counter. Erzin holds the line now. Puts it in deep. Behind the net, Humphries is lurking with O'Kane. Nice vision from O'Kane to spot Erzin. A good save there from Dane Davis. And a great shot and build up there from the Mustangs. And looking for an equaliser here in the first period. Mainwaring just a bit too far for him. Hazelhurst comes in as he cops the check. Had a good tournament also over in the Netherlands in his debut year. Rob Hazelhurst was meant to play last year and just couldn't get his ITC card in time. Pretty interesting story behind that if you've ever got time to hear it. As this one moved back now here to McCoy. And now to O'Kane behind the net. O'Kane looking for his compatriots, decides to go at himself. His backhand attempt was skewered wide there by Reveille. The North Stars well hemmed in here on this last 10 or 20 seconds of their own end. McCoy patrolling the... Oh, Lander threw a pretty big hit. It looks like he got a skate in the face. Oh, man. Oh, man, that looks bad. That looks really bad. Oh, man, Tommy Lander's cut up really bad. Oh, dearie me.
What, did you see what happened there?
Yeah, he laid the check there on, I think that was Erzin in the corner, or Ben Davies. It might have, the left skates come right up and cut him right across the face. Oh, dear. If we can get a look at the replay, you'll tell the story. Here we go. Now, here's the check from Lander on Davies.
Oh yeah,
man.
Wow.
Whoa.
And that was totally by accident, too. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the goaltender in the NHL, and his own player got hit.
Clint
and he
Marlin
did exactly that and cut the guy's throat. And if it wasn't for the lack of having medical aid, which they would have at that level, he was in dire straits. So isn't it interesting to see how easy that can happen? And I mean, really, at the end of the day, that was just a freak accident.
That was Clint Marlichuk, Buffalo Sabres, I believe, 1988, 1989. And also happened to, was it Richard Zednik, Florida Panthers?
Yep.
And he grabbed his carotid literally and skated off.
Yep.
And I think it happened to Adam Burrish when he was playing for San Jose. So they're the three examples I can think of, but all of them very scary.
Well, you know, it's a funny thing. Like, you look at Ferguson earlier at the start of the game when he got the high stick. And so, you know, people who think that you shouldn't be playing with a half visor out of your mind. And the funny thing was, when I first started playing in the NHL, they weren't wearing helmets or anything, okay? And if you wind the clock back, the goaltenders weren't even wearing a mask. So you just got to wonder, don't you?
You're surprised it didn't happen more often when there were no lids.
Yeah, that's correct.
But you know, no matter where you're playing in the world, that is a scary situation. We hope Tommy Lander's okay. It's from first glance, I'm not a doctor, but that's a good 10 or 11 stitches at least. But I'm just glad it didn't. I'm hoping it didn't catch his eye or any.
That's correct.
Or his, obviously the neck is.
That's the scary part, though. I mean, the other things you can fix, but the last thing you want to do is lose an eye. And I can tell you from first-hand experience, man, I had a puck in the eye, and I lied on my back for 6 days in the hospital after being hit by Walter Podubny, who played for New York Rangers, I believe, at the time. And I didn't know if I was going to have two eyes or one eye. So it's not a fun thing. imagine if I only had one eye.
Well, you'd be even more biased towards the Mustangs, don't you? Figuratively or literally.
Now, you know, one thing we haven't really talked about here is what happened today in the Big Smoker, dude. So are you a Peggy or a slot man?
See, I picked the Jets. I picked the Predators actually to win the Cup, but I said I'm shamelessly jumping on the Jets bandwagon, and that was a great game. Vegas came back at the end, but couldn't assail the lead. That's going to be a hell of a series if any game one's anything to go by. But also the Capitals and Tampa Bay as well. Obviously, of Australian interest. Nathan Walker didn't suit up last night, but it's still in the mix. Had the assist as. We're keeping an eye on both series. As we have a look.
Here's Anders, mid-tier advantage yesterday. Good morning. A win for Newcastle Northstars today, and it's only 3 points between first and fifth in the league. Well, Anders, I don't know. I think Mustangs might want to make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, if we do take a look at the ladder, Brave Ice Dogs both on 12 points. The Ice Dogs play the Thunder again today over in Perth. They take the win. They will go top on to 15 or 14 should they win. Even if they get a shootout loss, they're on top. The Ice on 10, the Mustangs on 9. As we mentioned at the start of the show, North Stars win today with 3 points. They'll equal the Mustangs, but the Mustangs have the better record, so the North Stars will be fifth. The Adrenaline are the ones that have surprised me so far. I mean, I think people were thinking at the start of the season, because of the depleted line, they had so many retirements and guys moving on and a lot of young players, but they've got one of the best coaches in the league. So he seems to have, Mr. Foyerchuk seems to have got the team firing in terms of the youth. It's basically most of the Adelaide Generals, the junior team, and they've been really, Ryan Fole and all these guys who have been really impressive.
Stringer too, man.
Curry Stringer as well.
I was actually pretty impressed when Mustangs played them, and they made Corey the captain, okay?
Yeah.
And I've always said, like, I've coached Corey before, and I thought he was, a bit hesitant and things like that, but I actually thought he sort of stepped a bit out of his shell in that game, and actually I thought that was one of the better games I've seen him play. So going to Adelaide, getting away from here, and having to sort of do his own thing is probably a really good thing for him. And I was pretty impressed with them when I saw them. I thought they had a couple guys there that a little bit of forethought and some more planning, and you want to watch out for them.
And Corey Stringer, obviously Mustangs top, but also the Joey Rezic is back now from the World, so they've got a full lineup. And Sebastian Anderson in goal, who was fantastic, particularly in that second game of the season where they got the win over the Mustangs.
Well, and I think we touched on that on Friday where
North Stars coach Gary Dore was in. You want to have a word, Gary, or we got some air to kill? So.
We're just having a bit of a chat with him, where the nearest hospital is to take his player who's been cut by the skate. Very unfortunate, but it looks like he's got to go in for a few stitches. So my associate's given him the 1, 2, 3, 4 on what to do, and let's hope that it is stitches, that there's nothing too bad.
Yep.
We can only hope, and we'll get a report on that and let people know what's going on when we hear.
Yeah, so Tommy Lander off to Royal Melbourne Hospital, just up the road. As we take it, if you can stomach it, let's have another look at this is what's happened in the corner. So Lander comes in to throw the hit there on Davies. Davies loses his edge, and that's where it all goes pear-shaped. And Tommy Lander, as we said, we're just lucky that nothing vital was hit, either in the neck or the face. I mean, the whole head is vital, but in terms of an eye or a...
But, that just goes to show you again that was totally accidental, right? And Davies fell, and as he fell, his momentum swung his leg up, and it just was very unfortunate that Lander was there and he caught the skate in the face.
So we had a little brief stoppage as the ice was scraped to get the blood off, and we will restart action right now. Here's McMahon now, puts it into the corner. We'll see how that affects the composition of the North Stars attack, as Tommy Lander is a big part of that this season. as Ward digs in the puck now here with McCoy. Hartrick comes in as well, but Sheard's got a loose puck, and he fishes this one up now here to the streaking Revay, and a nice pass now here to Hartrick. Hartrick moving in, chips it across to Revay. Oh, and he just sprayed it wide. Nice build up there from Sheard and Hartrick to find Revay. And the North Stars almost had a second there after the restart. 5:30 to go here in this first period. Humphries, Lawson had him in the crosshairs. O'Kane has the puck. He shoots, and Davis makes a comfortable save, and he covers.
So what a great little play there down against the Mustangs, and a nice little flip pass. And again, if you don't play this sport, watch the replay. If you don't play this sport, you don't get it. But McMahon goes down to block the pass, and it's a great little flip, and it just didn't quite come off.
We talked about Joe Hartrick, came across from the Sydney Bears, come back to the Newcastle Northstars obviously this season. It's 100 points between the 3 seasons he's played with 2 different clubs. And that was with the hat-trick. Calling him Hartrick hat-trick, or whatever you... Oh, I've got that. It was the wrong way around. I was using it.
You know you're set yourself up for it now.
Yeah, I used that all last season. I've got to retire it and think of something different. Here's 4 or 5 minutes to go now. Here's Vyasov at centre ice. Here to Fisher now. Fisher can't get a loose puck. Malloy spoons it across there here to Tazarek. And he finds his target and his man here by Hamish Powell. Backhands this one across, picked up there by his opposite number, Erzin. Vyasov with a clearing pass. Just bounced over the stick there of Jones. He's got a bit of time and space. Jones across, no one home, but North Stars jerseys, and that one being of Tazarek. And he comes down the near side now here for the North Stars. Tazarek with a few Mustangs players in front of him. Vyasov out now here to Jones. And across now here to McDowell. McDowell shoots, and it was blocked up there by Dave Ferrari. Shane Southwood chips this one off the boards. And this one should not be icing, as Naden got there first. Good job from him to beat out Jack McCoy to the puck. Southwood, the jester as he's also known, McMahon. Chipped up now here to Stringer. Good check there from Southwood. Ferrari, we got a penalty coming. Holding, is it going on Liam Manwaring? I believe it is.
Like it.
As Jeff Klink reads him his rights, and the Mustangs back to the power play.
That would have been behind the play. We might see that on a replay to see where the call was.
Well, it was motioning towards the corner as we have a look. Okay, might have just been before that. Well, they came together. I'm assuming the call was he rode him in or tackled him into the ice. As Dave Ferrari had a little bit of a conversation there at the end of that play, as he so often does.
About cars or what?
You tell me. Here's Revay now. Revay looking in short-handed. Revay's beat most of the Mustangs team. Got Pitkin to go. He moves and he shoots. Oh, what a save from Petri Pitkin, as Nick Revay was prepared to do that one himself. And almost get the second goal of the game here for the North Stars. Here's Davies. Davies now to the outside. Holds onto the puck. Fisher sets up shop in the slot, and the pass evades everybody and goes all the way back now here to Petri Pitkin. There's 3:33 remaining here in period number 1. That was an errant pass picked up now here by Malloy. Malloy moves in, fires, and a stick save made there by Pitkin. That's the puck now to Humphries. Nice hit there from Sam Lawson, putting Humphries into the glass, but the Mustangs come away with the puck. Fisher drops it off, now looking for O'Kane. Lawson chips it up now here to Tazarek, all by himself as the rest of his team are changing, apart from Lawson. Off the bench now, here comes Ward. Shoots this one in deep. And Pitkin, well, was chopped off before it got to him. Robertson had to add his 2 cents onto that pass. And the Mustangs reset now here through Davies. 51 seconds left on this power play. No real trouble to Dane Davis so far by the one shot. Here's Davies to the outside. He shoots a backhander. And a good save there from Davis. And that was fired right back up ice there by Pat Naden. And Pitkin forced into a save. So we saw 2 outstanding goals on Friday night. One from Brett Ferguson and one from Ben Davies, that backhander. Hazelhurst just fires it right back up. 2:27 remaining. 23 seconds. What a stoppage here. And puck was high-sticked. And we'll have a face-off inside the zone.
So just go back now. We're on a power play, but they really haven't been able to get anything really together to test the North Stars goaltender. They haven't really been in the North Stars end with control, and that's what they need to do. They need to get in there, set up shop, and make something happen.
20 seconds, maybe time for one more attacking drive now here for the Mustangs. If they can get a clean zone entry. Here's McMahon. Sheard almost cut his path off. Jones now hit a Lindsay in the corner. Lindsay, oh, they collide heavily there. And play continues. As time expires and out of the box steps Liam Manwaring, serving his penance for holding. Jones puts him straight into the glass, but Naden and Sheard, two of the North Stars youth, trying to combine here. Sheard did well to keep that onside. Sheard to the outside, shoots, blocked before it got through anywhere, but held into the line now by Malloy. He puts it down low. Naden spoons it in front, and well, Sheard went down. And no play. Here's a play in behind now. Here's Jones to the shoot, and a good save by Dane Davis. North Stars bench were appealing for something. Sheard went down in front of the net. Doesn't look to be marked up. Let's have a look.
He doesn't look happy, though. He looks like he got clocked somehow right there. He ran into
Brad Apps.
But I don't think there was anything in that. Like,
No.
Apps didn't do that on purpose either. I think they were just sort of heading for the same space.
So 95 seconds remaining in period number one. Ward rims the puck around, comes right back to him, has go number two. And put up the ice now here to Hamish Powell. Nice pass up ice. As in come the North Stars. They attack there. Lawson just couldn't get to the finishing touches as Tazarek fired that right back, trying to sense Lawson still parked in front of the net. Powell now. He gets checked there by the Mustangs number 8, Urzit. Humphreys pushes the puck up, hit Davies in the backside, and picked up now here by Lawson with speed through the middle. Lawson draws a couple of plays to him, and a shot. Oh, and Tazarek with a yearning net just put it wide. Robertson kicks the puck away into the waiting arms there of Lawson, digging at it there with Urzit. 49 seconds remaining in the period. Mustangs maybe looking for one just before the first intermission. Tazarek's backhands this one up on Pitkin, and he's forced to touch it into the corner. Powell, the lone forechecker now here for Newcastle. Reve arrives, as does Hartrick. Hartrick with some space. Hartrick got the puck, just has to pull up, nothing on offer. Hartrick now waiting for his teammates to take their places. And while giving him all the time in the world, sends it in front. And Petkinen forced into a save. Well, it was a little too easy there for Joe Hartrick. Mustangs were puck watching. Here's Humphreys. Humphreys now across to Davies. 10 seconds remaining. Davies now looking for a shot with O'Kane. But Ferrari's done enough to put him into the corner. As Humphreys has it behind the net. Sends it in front. O'Kane maybe with a shot. Oh, what a save from Dane Davis.
I don't know if that was going in, but it was a very theatrical save. Might be worth seeing that again, because I think it was going to miss the net, but boy, oh boy, that was a hell of a grab.
Well, what Pat O'Kane giveth, Dane Davis taketh away. Let's have a look at this. Boom. Oh,
maybe,
that was
maybe.
going in.
Yeah.
What a save there from Davis. Three-time Goodall Cup winner for a very good reason.
Let's get back to that other play, though, in the Mustangs end. You got Hartrick, and he had all the time in the world. And like you said, there's no way you can let a guy with that caliber have that kind of time to set up. They're 5-on-5. Get on him, man.
Exactly right. And going into the first intermission, it's the Newcastle Northstars with the impetus. They lead 1-0 over them. The Melbourne Mustangs will be back with the second period of play right after this. All right.
Stevie's just plugging something in.
And welcome back to the O'Brien Group Arena here in Melbourne. After one, it's the Newcastle Northstars with the lone goal here over the Melbourne Mustangs. 15 shots to 7 in favour of the Northstars that period, Rod. Sort of told the story.
Well, look, mate, I think at the end of the day, we touched on it throughout the period. Mustangs had 3 opportunities. Well, they had a 4-minute power play and a 2-minute power play, and they really never achieved much of anything. So 15 shots to 7, and you've got 3 power plays. That says something, doesn't it?
Indeed, it did. They really troubled Davis, particularly in that second power play. Let's see if they can turn the tide, so to speak, this period. Here's Malloy now, over to Hartrick. Hartrick sends it to Rivet. Nice moves from him. Rivet looking to connect with Hayden Sheard there at the back door. And he does that time. And Rivet picks up a goal. What a goal there from the Newcastle Northstars.
Well, see that on the replay, my friend. That Rivet's got a bit, he's got wheels and he's got a bit of speed. In the period, the first period, he broke away, and he broke away from a couple of Mustangs players that have wheels. Like, he left Humphrey behind, and I was very surprised by that.
So here's the pass. Look at that. Sheared.
Bingo.
Oh, what a goal.
Yeah.
Rivet's second goal on the year. And it's the second one here for the Newcastle Northstars. And just like that, they're 2-0 up. 30 seconds inside the second period here in Melbourne. Here's Malloy now. Malloy to the outside. Pulls up. Saw McMahon right in front of him. The puck comes by, and Lindsay's going to beat McDowell to the puck there. Chips it off the boards. Hartrick with Stringer right on his tail, gets put into the glass as a result, and play moves up ice now. Rivet looking there for Sheard, wasn't aware, much unlike the goal, of his position in the puck. And away come the Mustangs the other end. Here's McDowell. 3-on-2 break now here for the Mustangs. Stringer and McDowell. McDowell fires, and a save made by Davis, and he holds on.
So the interesting thing is, in the first period, the North Stars scored their first goal, 22 from 24 and 44. They're all imports, mate. So what does that tell you again as well? If you don't control people like that, you're asking for it, and then Rivet gets another one.
Yep. And speaking of 24, Thomas Lander now wearing 26. He's okay. He's wearing a cage. He's straight back out there. We're glad to see he's all right to continue, let alone all right to stand there. That was a scary moment. There's 13:49 remaining here in this second period. The puck at the half wall now. Moved in behind. Lawson tried to cycle that one out of danger. Found his teammate there in Tazarek, and now on now here to Hamish Powell, whose shot just trickles through there to Pitkinen, and we'll have a whistle.
It's great to see that Landa's back on the ice, and that it wasn't as bad as what we thought it was. He's still going to go for stitches, but they managed to patch him up and put him back out on the ice, and so that's a positive thing.
And wearing Zane Jones' number. So I wonder if the Mustangs are going to be apprehensive and say, what's this guy doing out here? As here comes the shot there from Tazarek. Flutters this one out now. Powell in the corner. Picked up now here by Lawson. Across to Hazelhurst. Just kept it in and puts it into the corner. McMahon fires it right back out. And, well, ended up ricocheting into the North Stars bench. We'll have a whistle.
So will he get zany because he's in Zane's jumper, or?
Oh, no. It started earlier than usual. Usually it's halfway through the third period where we whip this stuff out.
Oh, we haven't had a real go yet this year, mate.
No.
But wait, there's still half a game left.
We're only 2 games into it in terms of this year. Here's O'Kane now. 2-on-2 the other way with Humphreys. O'Kane slapped at there by Lindsay. McCain got a shot away, and Davis saw it, and, well, Humphreys' glove ends up in the corner. And Davis, by way of Davis, I should mention, gave it a little poke. Here's Lindsay. Chipped it up in front of the penalty box. Naden hands off now here to Southwood with Manwaring going towards the net. Southwood throws it in front, just a step behind Manwaring. A little bit of miscommunication and a possible 2-on-1 the other way. Here's Davies now. Davies fled it across looking for O'Kane. Nice play there by Southwood to break that one up. And a pass out now here to Manwaring, who was alone at the blue line. but he's going to get wrestled off the puck there by Erzin. Did a pretty good job himself, Manwaring. And Erzin comes, it's up to Davies, excuse me. Davies with O'Kane and Humphreys. Davies now. Davies shoots, and that was deflected before it got through there to Davis, and it went wide. There's Lander now with Hazelhurst. And the puck now comes out of the zone. Lander now looking for it. You can see the white patch there on the cheek. Hazelhurst fired up there to Hartrick. Reve's going to beat out the icing call. Reve pulls up, looked at to Lander. Hartrick had lost his edge and was on the deck. And the puck comes out now here to McDowell. McDowell now shoots. Oh, and he scores!
Yeah. And check that out. Erzin saw him from a distance and set him up perfectly. So, and Erzin, two really good plays. That previous play, he beat the guy back in his own end for the puck, right? Fought the guy off. And then on that one, he set up McDowell, I believe. And what a great little setup that was. And a good shot. Great little snapshot. Bingo. Right back in it.
Second goal of the year for Brendan McDowell. He moves to 5 points on the year. And the Mustangs move to 2-1, trailing by just a solitary goal. 11:51 left to go here in the second frame, as the North Stars attempt to slow this attack down. Ward's out there for Newcastle. Tazarek beaten to it by McMahon, who's got some real estate to work with. McMahon now throws it in front. Oh, and looking for it there at the back door was Fisher, but he was pretty well tied up there by the North Stars defense. McCoy now to McMahon, and Fisher up ice. Fisher just touches this one up. Ward's going to skate in first now here for Newcastle, with Jones in on the forecheck now here for Melbourne. Hazelhurst up to Powell, but it bounces fortuitously now here to Lawson, one of the goal scorers this afternoon. Shoots, and a good blocker save made by Pitkanen. And that one fired right back on by Lawson. It flutes in front. And a couple of players collide, and the Mustangs get out of jail. Here's Tazarek. He's wrapped up there, McCoy. And Powell tangled. Vyasov got a pass out now here to Fisher, and now on to Jones. Got a couple of North Stars defensemen in his path. Here's Fisher with a shot. Oh, good save by Davis. Great build up there from the Mustangs.
That was great. Tic-tac-toe, and he gets a shot off, and the North Stars goaltender made a pretty good save. You watch it on the replay. Nice sliding pass over. Pass off sees Fisher, and bingo.
Davis with yet another glove save. Obviously not as theatrical as the first one at the end of the first period, however. Prevents the goal. Here's Robertson's fired that back there, did Malloy. It's at the half wall. Davies into the corner, threw it in front. No one home there for the Mustangs. And Erzin retreats to centre ice to pick it up now here for Melbourne. Lander, his teammate Reve is offside. Been playing a very aggressive role for a defenseman out here is Nick Reve. Actually looks like he's been thrown onto the wing here in this second period. Here's O'Kane now. Puck put into the corner. As here comes O'Kane now. O'Kane looking for opposite from the net. Tried to hit Davies, and he just couldn't complete. A great move there from Melbourne. Robertson, loose puck. Foot race here now with Lander. He gets checked, and that was offside. We'll get a whistle.
You know, one thing, we've been so caught up with Lander, and don't get me wrong, okay? But where's Ferguson?
Yeah.
He hasn't come back since that high stick.
And got a mouse just under the left eye.
Yep.
So that's interesting. The Mustangs without one of their key players so far. Lander, you know, not trying to throw any kind of disrespect. He got what looked like it was far worse.
Yep.
And Ferguson, obviously a high stick in the face is no laughing matter, but he hasn't returned.
So you got to wonder, because he caught that under his eye. So I just wonder what was going on there.
Yeah, if there is something more serious. It just looked like a mouse under the left eye. I'll keep you updated if we get any more information on that. Here's Southwood, pursued there by Mike McDowell, as we talked about, in the lineup tonight for the Mustangs. And this one into the opposite corner. And Robertson, well, he's Damien Bright, getting confused by the beards of the Mustangs on the blue line this season. He is picked up now here by Apps. Apps now down to the near side. Apps shoots, and a save and a rebound. Oh! Well, well, well. And McDowell had a chance to get his second match shot there from Michael McDowell, deflected and wide.
Watch that, and you know how we harp on and on and on about don't give a guy a second chance. So Davis makes the first save, and you'll watch it here. Now this is the other replay. But he makes the first save, and then he gives a rebound right back to the guy coming in on him, and he's very lucky that that didn't get buried.
And that last shot he had tipped, and Davis was beaten, but tipped the right way as far as he's concerned. And picked up now here by Dave Ferrari right off the face-off. Sends it wide here to Malloy. Malloy with Tazarek, decides to go it himself. Malloy now to the outside. Backhander and a save there by Pitcairn. And it comes right back out of the skates of Malloy. Cycles it just a little too far for Lawson as far as he's concerned. McMahon backhands it up looking for Jones at the blue line, but Tazarek is going to retreat now here for Newcastle with 8:30 remaining here and a 1-goal lead to the Newcastle Northstars in this game. Sent up ice, but sent right back to the Mustangs captain there, Michael McMahon, and over here to Jack McCoy, hitting Vyasov there at centre. Took it in the skates, but it went over the goal line with the pace of the pass. As Paddy Ward shoves Vyasov to the ice, and Ferrari comes in to bail out his teammate. Ferrari tangles up and goes to the ice. And, well, not muscling Vyasov to the ice there was Ward. And, well, Ferrari's still tangled up behind play there with Fisher. Play continues. Here's the other 22, Lawson. Lawson drives with it and shoots. Great kick save there from Pitcairn. And Tazarek and McMahon tangle behind the net. Powell looking for it, as is Lawson. It's loose in the slot, and it's still loose as Tazarek went begging for it. And the Mustangs, well, under pressure there in that last shift. But O'Kane and Hazelhurst, two of the smaller players on the ice, go one-on-one. O'Kane. Down low now here to Davies. Sends it in front, looking to deflect that intelligently off the skate there of Paddy Ward, but didn't get enough on it. Brevet chips it through. There's Lander looking for it, and Pitcairn made the save. Brevet with a wraparound. Oh, he is hammered by Robertson. Coming around, and he's slow to get up. Brevet came around with a wraparound. Robertson came around with a shoulder, and we'll see if there's anything more out of that.
Having a bit of trouble getting up.
Let's have a look. Here's Reve, Lander. Reve comes from the wraparound.
Oh, no,
yeah. I don't think there was that. Didn't look like he hit him in the head.
No. It was a good. It was a good shoulder to shoulder, with a little bit of howdy doody.
I just think it was more of a Reve's momentum, anything else coming around, and Robertson right place, right time. High sticking the call against Newcastle Northstars.
Is it? Or
was it Robertson?
Robertson.
Well, he signaled towards.
So maybe you got an elbow on it, mate. Okay. You reckon it's high stick?
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting call. Didn't see with a high stick. Maybe it was before that play.
I would have, if I would have called it, I would have called an elbow, I think.
Yeah. But, well, penalty going to the Newcastle Northstars. Sorry, to the Mustangs, my bad. Power play going to the Newcastle Northstars, and all that confusion. Robertson's going to serve it. High sticking the call. There's and defends wanting the puck to drop. And
they're getting anxious.
And as is Max on the bench here for the Mustangs. Almost, you can't hear it in our audio feed. We can. Here's Malloy now. Shoots through traffic. A save by Pitcairn and loose at the side. And then Hartrick with a try. And Pitcairn keeps it out. Back to Malloy now. Malloy with traffic in front. Just looks for a shot. Loses his edge. Oh, and blows a tie. Davis now off to the races. And O'Kane. And, well, good back checking. But Lander.
Flash.
Lander, well, a penalty you really had to take, I think.
Yeah, that was a good penalty.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see it on the replay because it looked like Davies was gone, man.
Yeah, so here's Malloy, blows
right
the
here.
And off it comes. Yeah.
There. Yeah. So Davies was gone, but O'Kane ended up with the puck.
Yep.
And then there was a good slash, if you want to call slashes good. That one was probably a good one.
Well, I was going to say that Lander's taken a slash and now given one. To make the worst of a bad situation, but it's cancelled out. 4-on-4 now here for the next minute 40 at least. And moved out now here to Worzen. Then the Mustangs will have a very, very brief power play of about 13 seconds worth. Tazarek now here to O'Kane in the high slot. Shoots! Good save there from Davis, who got the blocker on it. And O'Kane keeps it alive now inside the blue line. The Mustangs hold on. This one sent in front. Oh! Davis was post to post. And the Mustangs had 3/4 of the net to shoot at and somehow stayed out. Back now here to McMahon. He keeps it onside. Now to Davies, trying to slot that one through to O'Kane, who set up camp there at the post and just didn't find his stick. Hazelhurst and Davies now tangle behind the net. Hazelhurst goes to work on him. Out now here to Tazarek. A couple of mighty roos combining there. Tazarek through centre. Nice moves from him. Got more than a few Mustangs players in front of him. In fact, the whole team. Here's Bright and Davies. Davies had his pocket picked there by Naden, but then Davies does the same to Naden and comes away with the puck. Here's Davies. Shoots. That was blocked before it got through to Dane Davis. Davies just feather touches this one up to O'Kane. He gets knocked to the ice. Erzen comes in to rescue the play now here for the Mustangs, but Naden takes it away from him with 17 seconds left on the penalty here to Troy Robertson. Hazelhurst is split the D. Hazelhurst moves in, shoots, goes to go 5-hole. What a save from Pitkinen. And Rob Hazelhurst, well, he's having a weekend and a half. And
I think he was looking for something from the referee too there. So watch this. Yeah. I think that's what he wanted. Petrie stood his ground and cut him off.
Let's see that speed of Rob Hazelhurst, which we've seen many a time in his previous incarnations with the Perth Thunder and now for the North Stars. Very, very dangerous. Here's Malloy, pursued there by McDowell, helped out there by Naden, and picked up now here by Robertson out of the penalty box. And 8 seconds later, Thomas Lander will step out of the penalty box here on this very short power play here for the Mustangs. It's picked up now here by Erzen, and Lander comes out. Now we're back to 5-on-5. It's fished out to centre there to Humphreys, and now on to Malloy. Lander now down the outside, checked there by McCoy and Robertson. And Waring in on the forecheck as well here for Newcastle. Naden puts a pretty stiff check there on Mitch Humphreys, and Sheard comes around with the puck and hands off now here to Malloy. Fires one up ice, touched up there by Manwaring to cancel out icing. Pitkinen forced into action as he sends this one around the kick plate. Picked up now here to Humphreys at centre. Oh, he was stripped of it there by Lander. Intelligent stick lift, but McDowell was wise to the pass. Reveille takes it back into his own zone. And Hartrick calling for it at centre. Reveille decides to go it alone. Reveille now has the puck to the outside. Got Humphreys right on it. Gets put into the glass. And a pretty nice check there from Michael McMahon. And the puck move fired out to the opposite corner. Hartrick's offside. Has to touch up. McMahon has a good 3 or 4 seconds to dispose of this puck. Decides to skate it up ice himself. McMahon to the outside. Looking there for Fisher. Lost it in his skates, comes back now here to Vyasov. Vyasov now to the outside, Hartrick right on him. Vyasov still got the puck, looking for an outlet, finds Bright. He shoots, kick save there by Davis, and he keeps it out. Up to Hartrick now in front of the penalty box. Law loses a tyre. Quite a few players have done said a tyre blow, if you want, if you want of a better term tonight. And most of them Newcastle players.
Goodyear tires, man.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll be looking for a sponsorship when they get back to Newey. Maybe not. Here's Hartrick now. Picks this one up. Got Vyasov in front of him. And the referee. Vyasov wins the puck. Backhands this one across. Now here to Reveille. Reveille over the line. Malloy goes towards the net. Reveille with a shot. Oh, great save from Pitkinen and a great build-up there from the Newcastle Northstars. They were lurking for their third goal. Now that pass from Lindsay was a blind one, picked off, but O'Kane has to pick it off himself as he left it behind. Lawson. And it's picked up now here by the North Stars. Tazarek to the outside with Powell. Tazarek shoots, rebound, loose, they score! Hamish Powell makes it 3-1 off the initial shot from Tazarek. Pitkinen got the first one, didn't get the second. And the North Stars with a 2-goal lead.
Well, that's the trouble, right? The shot, there wasn't a lot on it again, and he made the save, but the rebound's right to the trailer coming in. Someone's going to pick that guy up, so watch the replay. So it's a wide shot and a redirection right into the slot, and Powell's right there, and he gets the rebound, and bingo, it's in.
So Hamish Powell, first goal of the 2018 AIHL season for him. It's Newcastle's third tonight. They lead by 2 with 2:47 remaining in period number 2. Davies picks up the puck, looking for a response here for Melbourne. He shoots, deflected into the netting. We'll get a whistle.
Well, 3-1, 2 minutes left in the second period. So once again, I think that we were actually at this point in the game on Friday night, and I said to you, the next goal is going to be a key goal either way. So if Northstars want to bury it, they'd love to have 4. Mustangs need one to keep it tight. So they need to keep their head on straight and get in that dressing room and have a rethink about where they're going.
Oh, and just as you were saying that, O'Kane nearly got a said crucial goal for the Mustangs, but Davis did enough to force it away. That's offside. We'll have a neutral zone face-off.
So, you know how you're doing a little bit of the Hartrick thing with the hat trick?
Yeah.
What about Petri Pekkanen? Pickle Peckers? Try that one, right?
I don't think I could get away with pulling that off in a broadcast. I think the ratings would drop pretty quick. Here's his shot wide of the Pitkinen's net. Robertson moved in front of the bench. Hazelhurst has to go and retrieve, and that's going to be icing.
I've got all the faith in the world in you. Then. You know, I've seen you in action and heard your auditorial expertise.
I think I tie my tongue up enough on this broadcast to recite an actual tongue twister, but maybe you can do it later in the season.
Always got to live on the edge, dude.
Well, we've got a longer stoppage and we have to kill some dead air. Here's Hartrick now. Swatted at there by Lander, swatted into the netting, and that will come outside the zone.
So, what was I going to say here? Reve, what exactly can you tell me about Reve? Because I'm pretty impressed with him. He's got wheels, and he's got his head screwed on.
Second season in the AIHL for Nick Reve. Came across from the Sydney Bears, a trio of Sydney Bears, actually technically quadruple if you count Joe Hartrick, although he came over the season before and led Bears players, defenseman as well in points. Class player and played the All-Star game last year to Nick Reve. As this one's sent across and been a very handy pickup for the Northstars on the blue line. This one's sent behind. Stringer in to fish this one out for the Mustangs. McDowell with Apps in front of the net. And some nice work by just the man we were talking about, Nick Reve. Malloy gets shouldered there by Apps. Lindsay picks it up now here for Newcastle. 90 seconds remaining in period number 2 as Lander copped a pretty hard check there from Apps. Check to the head is called there. Bradley Apps is going to go for a 2 and a 10, it looks like. And we won't repeat what Max Parents just said on the bench. Apps is not happy, neither is most of the Mustangs bench.
Certainly the head coach.
Let's have a look. Oh, no, he didn't get him at all. Well, judging by the replay, he's missed him completely. If we have another look at that.
Yeah, you'd want to see that again.
Upstairs, because I didn't see that of that hit.
There we go. No.
Fisher's going to sit the 2, as Apps is going to sit.
Apps is shaking his head.
Yeah.
Going, hang on, dude. I missed my check.
Sounds like me every Thursday. This is Reve. Well, either way, it's going to be a 2-minute power play here for the Mustangs. And it's picked up behind the net now here by the Northstars. Reve calling for it at the point. Goes to him now. One-time shot. I know that came off the chest of Bright after the feed there from Lawson. Reve's shot inconsequential. And Reve will pick it up over the goal line. Reve now fires a long-range pass. Tazarik's alone and in behind the Mustangs defense. He's going to beat out the icing call. Tazarik, well picked up there by Davies. And Davies is put into the glass there by Malloy. Short side of the net. Tazarik can't jam it home. Tazarik back to Reve at the point. Lander manning the other one. Lander, one-timer and a kick save there from Pitkin. Didn't get all of it there, did Thomas Lander. But a good save nonetheless there from Petrie. And that one's gone into the bench. We'll get a whistle.
So, yeah, the Mustangs, what do you do in this one? I mean, I'm almost tempted, and it looks like he's played them the right way. Here's this hit.
Oh, he sort of, on that angle, he sort of touched it. Looks like he clips him. is it direct to the head? I don't know. It's too hard to call from that.
Didn't look like he had much on that at all, so that was interesting. I was just going to say, you're the Mustangs and you're killing a penalty. You've got two of your better skaters out there. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be almost hoping to try to destabilize the North Stars and get a goal, a short-handed goal, you know?
This one put up ice. Lindsay, 56 seconds left on the check to the head penalty, the minor anyway, to Brad Apps. He'll sit, of course, the additional 10. 15 seconds left in this second period, and a chance maybe late for the North Stars to get another shot off. Well, not with passes like that. That's going to be icing, and we'll get a whistle.
You know, people would think that that comment was a bit crazy, but it's not really that crazy, because if you watch when you're killing a penalty, North Stars are thinking of trying to get a jump on these guys, and that's where they'll get a little bit too composed and cocky, and you can spring it when they're least expecting it. And they had Pat O'Kane and Davies out there on the forecheck to kill the penalty, so that's a good play.
Indeed, 42 seconds remaining on the power play. 8 seconds left in the period. The Mustangs might look to get a short-handed shot. They do. O'Kane with a chance there on Davis. And Davies, I should say, goes into the boards. And that's going to be the end of the period. And is Sam Lawson's having a conversation there with the linesman. But all in all, it finishes 3-1 after 2 here to the Newcastle Northstars. Open up a 2-goal lead. Rod, your thoughts on that period?
Well, my thoughts haven't changed much, mate. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that the Mustangs have to get their power play in order, for sure, without a doubt, okay? Now they're down 3-1. They need to go into the dressing room. They need to rethink what's going on, and they need to maybe rethink Friday night, okay?
Yeah.
And go, if we're going to do this, we have to replay Friday again. There's no reason why they can't, but they have to get on the board. They have to be the first one to score the goal.
And as we saw on Friday, they got 5 straight.
Absolutely.
Do they have it again in this period coming up?
Well, I would think they would. I would think, again, like we said at the start of the broadcast, that they should have the jump on the North Stars because they had a day off, okay?
Yeah.
So one thing that puzzles me is where's Mr. Ferguson? And that's a key to this, too.
Well, we may see him come back in the third period. We may not, but time will tell. It finishes 3-1 to the Newcastle Northstars after 2. We'll be back for the third and final period of play shortly. Don't go away. And welcome back to the O'Brien Group Arena here in Melbourne for the third period of this AIHL clash between the Newcastle Northstars and the Melbourne Mustangs. 2-goal lead to the Northstars, 3-1, and they will start the period on a 33-second power play. The penalty to Bradley Apps continuing over for the check to the head from the second period. Shots 30-18 in favour of the Northstars. Rod, what do you make of that?
When I get my head screwed on here, I make a lot of things out of that because, again, I think at the end of the day, the Mustangs need to score first, and they need to get in front of Dane Davis's face and give him a hard time.
And someone who's been giving the Mustangs a hard time is Nick Reve, and he has the puck right now. Reve pulls up on this power play off to Malloy. He fires in a glove save by Pitkin, and he covers.
So there's absolutely no doubt about it that this next goal is very, very important. Mustangs cannot let Northstars get a jump on them. If they do, they're in trouble. They need to keep their head full, stay out of the box, get their guys back on the ice, and then take it to them.
Sure, that looked like it was offside, not according to the linesman. Shot from Lander. Oh, that went off the scon there of Pitkin. It looks to be okay. And play continues.
Looked like you didn't know where that went, actually.
No, oh, that was a bad hit there. Erzen just boarded Rob Malloy. And check from behind is the call. Yeah, at full speed, that looked like a nasty one. And, well, Rob Malloy's okay. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, not much doubt about that. I mean, obviously we had Chris Wong yesterday. Almost a balancing of the universe in terms of Zane Jones hitting Chris Wong and then Malloy being hit.
Well, that's really unfortunate because at the end of the day, I think Andrew Erzen was having a very good game.
Yeah.
Okay, and he probably didn't need to do that. I think he was overzealous coming at the player in the puck, and now he's in the box, and that's exactly what Max would definitely not want to be happening.
So this one sent around now here to Matt Lindsay as play continues and the arena music still blaring here. And now that's cut off. 1:43 left on this power play. So Erzen gets the gate check from behind. And Manwaring tried to chop that one off. Did so now at the half wall. O'Kane right on him. McMahon tried to clear the zone. Davies does so and gets it now here to O'Kane. O'Kane just wheels off and buys his team an extra couple of seconds. Roofs this one in behind Lindsay. Davies in pursuit of him. Davies fired that one around. Now here to Harcherick. Starts out with Manwaring on his left side. He decides to dump this one in for Manwaring to chase. Bright's there with him. Bright muscles him into the glass. And the puck loose here at the side. He picked up there by Lindsay. He fired one on and that one was tipped by Naden as Humphreys has the puck in his skates. Naden comes in to try and pick that one off. Davies prods at it. Davies now. Up now here to Bright. And the Mustangs fire this one right out of the zone. Glove down there by Lindsay. And Lindsay back in over the blue line. Manwaring put into the glass there by Humphreys. And well, no real shots yet from the Northstars. They've got one coming right now here from Reve. Great save by Pitkin. Toe save, and he covers.
Well, and Mustangs got to watch that too. So if you're watching the whole thing, 3 Mustangs guys on one side of the ice leaves Northstars open on this side, and you can't do that either. Okay, so that was a great save by Petrie, and he's keeping him in the game here.
As that shot was wide, poked at there by Pitkin. I was going to say, Lindsay gloving that slap shot down was very similar to the Golden Knights this morning. William Carlson saving that one off Tyler Myers. Maybe a little bit more velocity on the Tyler Myers shot, but still pretty risky to do that with your glove hand.
Yeah.
Here's Davis now. 5 seconds remaining on this power play, and that will do it as far as the Northstars are concerned. And the Mustangs kill another one off. Here's Tezaric. Across now here to Hazelhurst, and on now here to Lawson. Slings this one in deep. As we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Malloy tangles behind the net. The muscle applied there by Robertson. Sent in front of the net of Pitkin, and no one home for either team, and Hazelhurst gathers this one in deep in his own zone. Adelhurst fires this one up. Tazarek looks like he's going to beat out the icing call. Oh. And
Wonder what was going on there.
Protest there from the Northstars bench. Yeah, that looked like Tazarek well and truly had the advantage on that foot race. And yeah, there's a bit of discussion there between Tazarek and the linesman. Oh, well, the referee said apparently someone was offside. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, that's close. Go with the linesman's judgment on that one. So neutral zone face-off. And 16:55. Well, we're going to have to start bringing the sensor down, the beeps down here in as a second. We've got a little bit of a... Oh, they've got the puck. That's what they're waiting for.
You need the puck to play.
Yeah, technically, you can. Oh, well, I couldn't think of anything there, so I won't go there. So 16:55 as this one shot out by Hazelhurst, gathered in by Davies. Humphreys. Hazelhurst, oh, he got decked there in the corner. Humphreys, the shot, they score! Davies!
Wow, that looked like a Sidney Crosby goal, dude. How many Sidney Crosby goals has he actually batted out of the air? So that was a batted puck.
Ben Davies, a little bit of a baseball flavour here this afternoon. He puts this one into the net. Let's have a look at the replay. Look at the shoulder here from Humphreys. This set this all up. Well, that actually wasn't a shoulder in on the replay. Humphreys, and right out of midair.
I'll take that one. Thank you very much. So, dude, 3-1, it's now 3-2. And if I'm the Northstars, I'm thinking I had a power play. I could have buried this. And now I've got to get my act together and stop the Mustangs from going on a roll.
That's all. Here we go. Here's McDowell now moving in. Down across to Jones with an open net, and he's missed it.
Far out.
And that was very nearly 3-3.
Off the edge of the post, I think, dude.
And, well, looks like Landers slow to get up. But, well, that was nearly a tie hockey game. Thought Humphreys may have got away with one there on Rob Hazelhurst on that last goal, but here we go.
Watch this here. McDowell, sweeping pass. He had the whole net right off the corner of the post. Far out.
I think he's paying a fine after that one in the dressing room. Oh, he's...
Well, you know, goaltenders, their best friends are the crossbar and the post, dude.
Well, Dane Davis obviously got to be very acquainted with the pipes here at the O'Brien Group Arena, obviously, with spending last season at the Melbourne Ice and winning the Good Old Cup. And so it looks like we're going to have the Ice Techs jump on, because I think we've got an issue down low. It looks like we've got a hole in the ice down here. We're going to have a short delay. Maybe it's time for a tongue twister, Rod. No, we won't do that. Maybe it's time for some tweets.
Hang on, I asked you to do it, and I did it. I don't think that's right.
All right. Maybe it's time for some tweets up there in the booth.
Tweet me, baby.
But if we look around the league, I mean, as we talked about the table, the Thunder, there's a lot of talk about the Perth Thunder this year. I mean, Rob Hazelhurst was one of the departures, as was Per Daniel Goranson. There's a lot of talk that...
So what went on there? Why did he go?
I've got no idea, to be honest, but both those guys have departed. They were basically their top pairing last season. And the Thunder, they're up against the Ice Dogs at the moment as we have our first...
Lambert, for me, the feature of the 2018 North Stars season has been secondary scoring by grassroots players. Number 91, Pat Nadine. Number 8, Hamish Powell. Well, you know, it's a funny thing that you brought that up, Pete, because in the scheme of things, as far as the Mustangs go, I had said before, if they want to win this, they have to have their homegrown players contributing to it. So Mr. McDowell put the puck away today. He needs to do more of that. Vadim Verjasov needs to get on the scoreboard, okay? Sean Jones scored 4 goals in the first couple of games. He needs to keep going, and if they do that, then the imports can contribute as well, and that's exactly what you want to do.
And he needs to not hit the post with an open net.
I'm sure he'd like to have that one back.
I could see some of the smiles from the Mustangs bench when the replay went up on the Jumbotron there. It was quite entertaining. I'm sure they're going to some friendly ribbing at the post-game dinner. Here's Jones now, sends it around. Malloy skates onto the puck with speed, just elects to backhand this one up, looking for Powell, who's already got one this afternoon. He puts this one in behind the net there of Pitkin. Put up now here to McDowell. Fired up now here to Vyasov. And on now here to Sean Jones over the blue line. Jones pulls up at the top of the circle. Vyasov! Oh, he missed that! Holy smokes. And, well, there's a stoppage here.
Was it in or what?
See, at full speed, I thought that hit something and like it hit the back and rebounded out. But my eyes deceiveth me. Let's have a look at this.
Let's watch it again because that was pretty interesting. A great little stop. Have a look. Good pass. Redirection off the post. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh,
where does that go?
Did that go in?
It must have went in.
That looked like it went in. If we get another look at the next stoppage, that would be good. There's McCoy now. Well, that might be a
Either that or he shot it right across the crease.
Yeah, it might have come off the inside post and across the crease. It definitely took a deflection off something. Here's McCoy now. He shoots, kick save by Davis, and he holds on.
Wow, it'd be good to see that from another angle because how that never went in, if it didn't go in, is an amazing physics experiment, I think.
So let's have a look at this. We might run out of time here, but let's have a look there. Oh, he's hit the inside of the post, and it's ricocheted out of the crease.
Wow.
Oh, dearie me. Three posters in about 2 minutes there for the Mustangs. And you can see the look of disbelief there from Vadim Vyasov. So at least Sean Jones isn't alone. Here's Humphreys now. Into the opposite corner, 15-20. The score still 1 goal the difference in favour of the North Stars, 3-2. Sent up ice now here by Nick Rivet. Up now here to Robertson. Robertson just dumps this puck in. Slapped back out by Hazelhurst. They're intended for Hartrick alone at centre ice, but couldn't find his stick. Hazelhurst is going to get back and get it again now here for the North Stars. Up now here to Rivet. Paddy Ward directing traffic. Rivet fires this one up. Oh, looking to touch that through the skates there was Hayden Sheard. Nice idea, but Robertson's got it now here for the Mustangs. Drops it off back now here to Davies. Already got one of his own this afternoon. A shot on that one was saved by Davis and into the corner. Robertson now back to Davies. Puts it into the corner. Kane picks it up now here for the Mustangs with Hazelhurst not giving him much breathing room. Sheard shoots this one the length of the ice, and Pitkin forced into a routine save as the North Stars change personnel. Long-range pass there from Humphreys, couldn't control it. His opposite number for this evening, at least. Malloy puts it around now here to Hazelhurst. And away come the North Stars. But they have to change direction. There's a pretty aggressive forecheck there from Mitch Humphreys, preventing their progress. Here's Lawson now with Tazarek. Lawson, a shot! Oh, that had Pitkin beat.
Wow.
But into the netting it goes, and a whistle.
Mate, did he let that one go? And that was a good play, too, on his part, because he used the 2 defense. He wasn't going to beat them, right? And he uses the defense as a screen, again, and it just didn't come off. But I can't tell you how many times I tell people, accept the fact you're not going to beat the opposition defense and use them for something advantageous, like the screen that you always wanted.
So Lawson, who's been quite the addition to the North Stars this year. This one fired up ice. Obviously was suspended in that game, that fight against the Sydney Ice Dogs in the first week of the season. He gets shoved to the ice there by McMahon. Tazarek throws this one around. Powell now with McDowell. Chopped at there by Bright. Powell gets back up to his feet. And Powell sent to the ice, grabbing his mouth there. Here's Jones. Jones now drops it off. McMahon. Pursued by Tazarek. Slides it through Davis. Just saw it at the last minute, and he's forced to cover.
Yeah, it looked like he lost that. And there wasn't, again, a lot on it. And that's the kind of ones that you really got to watch out for, you know?
Yep.
So.
We have a look. Just slides through. Yeah, just saw it last second. 13:33 to go. As we'll have take 2 of that face-off. Now, next weekend, the Bears come to town. And they'll play both the Ice and Mustangs. The Mustangs get them first on the Saturday. As a turnaround shot there from O'Kane goes wide. And that's barring any further action out of Sydney last night. I'm sure people have seen some of the footage or some of the news. We'll talk about that later, I guess. We'll let McCoy now. Definitely be a podcast to discussion, I'm sure. Here's Humphries with Hazelhurst. Humphries now poked at there by Paddy Ward. And now here, flipped out by Ward himself. McCoy, had his pocket pick here by Reve. Reve off to the races. Reve moving in, he shoots and he scores! Wow. Nick Reve, that's one of the goals of the season. Anything Brett Ferguson can do, Nick Reve has certainly challenged that. And, well, the North Stars now 4-2.
And you got to go back to the play. So McCoy had the puck, and he tried to redirect it down and get control of it. And Reve was right on him and never let him really get control. And again, that's a great play offensively because you're not giving the guy enough time to get his composure. And you get the bounce, and then you got to say he made a great play on Petri Pekkinen too. Held the puck, wait for Petri to make the move and then put it away.
And patience there from Nick Reve, his second goal on the year, 6 points now. And Naden tried to put the check there on Davies. Davies, it was all a question of how will the Mustangs respond. 2 goals down. We saw the 5-goal response here on Friday night as Ferrari has a little chat there with Davies, and Humphries comes in and sorts out Ferrari. And a little cross-check there from Ben Davies on the way through to Ferrari, and keep an eye on that battle. He's okay now with a shot. Oh, nice save from Davis, flashing the glove. And yes, as we see, Ferrari and Davies continue part 3 of their discussion on there.
Well, I think that one was definitely missing the net, but the fact of the matter is that you don't want to have Pat O'Kane in the scoring zone like that and give him an opportunity to take a shot, because there's not too many guys that can get her quick release off with the accuracy that he has.
As Powell puts the check there on Robertson. McCoy has it now here for the Mustangs. Did well to shake his man there to Zarek with speed. Put up now here by Brendan McDowell. Spots Sean Jones here at the near side. Jones looking for a pass recipient himself. Robertson just feather touches that one on now here to Brendan McDowell. Sends it across now. Good shot there from McCoy. It's loose at the side of the net. And the Mustangs, for probably the 3rd time this game, can't bury it at that side of the net. Here's McCoy to Robertson, who's pinching in deep now here from the blue line. Jones, checked there by Hazelhurst. Vyasov comes away with it. Vyasov looking for teammates, finds one in Jones. Jones now, back now here to McCoy. Sends it down low to Robertson. Swings it on net, and it was just wide. McDowell picks it up. It's stolen there by Hazelhurst. And the Mustangs piling on the pressure now here in this last 30 seconds. 11:27 to go. They trail by 2. Robertson fires it in deep, rims off the kick plate, and Hartrick now gives chase here for the Newcastle Northstars. Hartrick to Hazelhurst. Oh, dangerous pass. They lost it at the side of the net. O'Kane looking for the goal. He scores!
There you go.
Indecision there from Newcastle at the back leads to an opportunity here for Pat O'Kane, and he's got his team within 1.
Well, and again, I can't say enough about Mr. O'Kane. He never gives up. He read that well, and there was a turnover, and he was right where he was meant to be, and he buries the thing. So just watch this on the replay, okay? He lost the, Hartrick lost the puck on the net, and he surely didn't want to do that, and O'Kane came in, and wow, all over Red Rover.
So Pat O'Kane, he registers the goal now here for his side. That's his 5th on the year. 8 points so far for the Melbourne Mustangs. Here come the Newcastle Northstars looking for a response. It's loose under Pitkinen, and Hartrick gets put into the washing machine as McMahon says a little hello to Hayden Sheard, and that will do proceedings.
They're still having a bit of a chat.
Friendly, I'm sure. Let's have a look at this. It's just under Pitkinen. Now Hartrick was maybe could have seen the outside of the biscuit.
Mr. Pitkin's made a couple of really good pad saves. You called one earlier, and you know, again, I think people who don't really get the game, they miss some of that stuff, but it's amazing to be able to kick your leg out and read the play like that and make a great save.
That was that toe save where it ended up under his skate. That was amazing. There's Reve now. Digs at the puck, stripped of it there by Humphries. 3-on-2 opening here now for the Mustangs. Davies going towards the net. The pass from O'Kane never got through, thanks to the work there of Malloy. Humphries picks it up behind the net, gets checked there by Reve. Comes back out now to Davies. Davies with 2 North Stars players on his case, Hartrick being one of them, Sheard the other. And Bright mops up now at the back now here for the Mustangs. 10.5 to play. Wright gets checked there by Sheard. As Lawson does his best to keep the puck alive, but they've turned it over, and Humphries is off to the races now here with Pat O'Kane. Humphries, Davies, now to Humphries. O'Kane in front, looking for that final pass, and Powell now has in behind the Mustangs defence, going to beat out the icing call. Has Tazarek and Lawson. And that pass was wide as Mitch Humphries was not happy as he came off the bench. Probably thought they should have scored. Back now here to Hazelhurst.
He had O'Kane in the slot, and the pass didn't go where he wanted it to go.
Hazelhurst up to Powell. That eludes everyone. That's going to be icing. And a face-off to the right of Dane Davis.
You know how we talked earlier about Landa getting the skate in the face and things like that, and Mr. Ferguson actually got a stick in the face in the first shift, so we probably haven't really said a whole lot about him, have we?
No, he's been taken to the hospital. Apparently he's got a cut above and below his eye.
Yeah, that's correct.
And missing contact lens as well, so we hope he's okay, but he will not take any further part in the game this afternoon, obviously, after scoring one, as we talked about, the goal of the season, arguably, on Friday night, but Nick Reve's just put in a pretty good case as well. But they'll definitely be in the top 10, no doubt, as that one shot through traffic. As it picked up by Brendan McDowell. And a pretty good appearance on ABC News a few weeks ago. He shoots that one across. Oh, great save from Davis. Going post to post. And Robertson. Vyasov now picks this one up behind the net. And now Hazelhurst will skate onto this with Jones right on his case. Hazelhurst loses his edge, and the puck, it comes down here to Brendan McDowell. Eludes one, looking to elude two, and fish that through to Vyasov. Couldn't do so, and Tazarek starts out with speed now here for the North Stars. Tazarek all by himself. Tazarek to the outside. Slings one across, and Hazelhurst had pinched in at the last moment. Just went under his stick. And the North Stars couldn't extend their lead to 5. And it's up now here to Robertson. Hands off to Davies. Davies now, oh, nice move, but Matt Lindsay was wiser to the attacking drive, and he pokes it back out now for McMahon, but Davies picks it right back up, going to get go number 2 with O'Kane. Davies cuts to the slot, Davies fires, and oh, that was a nice move, but the shot was about half a metre wide. As Malloy has it now for the North Stars. Oh, here's Hartrick and Reve. Reve moving in, looking for another. He shoots, and he does the same at the other end, as Davies did a few seconds ago. A good move and putting the shot wide. Here's Davies. Hartrick looking for the puck between his skates. Bright, McMahon, and now Davies again. Davies has been a real handful for the North Stars here in this last couple of minutes. Puts this one up now here to Humphries. Malloy just pokes this one out to centre. No one there for Newcastle. Bright chips it off the boards. Southwood, he couldn't get a clean handle on it. Humphries tries to touch this one down. He's put into the glass. Southwood goes searching for it again. Vyasov picks it up and skates it in, shoots. And that was tipped off Malloy's stick, and he roofs this one the length of the ice as the biscuit rolls over the goal line, and we'll have an icing.
Well, 4-3, 7.5 minutes left of the game. It's still anyone's game, man, you know?
Yep. The North Stars, we talked about on Friday, they had a bit of a rough start to the season. They've got the Adelaide Adrenaline in Adelaide next weekend. So it'll be interesting for them, but coming up against the Adrenaline, who have been a bit of a surprise packet so far this season, and how they handle that. Obviously with Sebastian Anderson in goal, and who's been electric as well. Here's Jones now. Slaps this one across to Vyasov. He splits the D. Vyasov moving in, shoots. Oh, great save by Davis. Puck still loose, and it's fired back out. Danger not over, though. McCoy tried to get it out now here. Vyasov tried to slice that one through there to Jones. Oh, and Pat Naden just had Petri Pitkin in between him and the net at that pass connected. Lindsay, hands off now here to Malloy. Malloy now. Now here to Reve. 3-on-2 developing here for the North Stars as Lawson and Reve combine. There's Reve and Lawson moving in. And, well, it's all the way over the goal line on the far side after taking a deflection off a skate. And the Mustangs regroup. Here's Davies, 6:42 to go. Davies, long-range drive and a pretty easy blocker save there for Davis to make. McMahon shoots one in, and another comfortable save there for Davis, this time with the paddle. Pokes this one out to Reve, who backhands this one across the zone, and it's picked up now here by Lawson. Lawson going towards the net. Toe drag move, nice move from Lawson. Shoot! Oh! That went off the skate of Mitch Humphries. And that was a
gone, dude.
Certain goal there, cancelled out. As O'Kane shoots that one into the netting. Well, Sam Lawson can't believe it as he's come off the ice.
He had 2/3 of the net wide open, and you're right, it hit someone's skate, and it could very well have been Mr. Humphreys. Right there,
yeah.
right there. Oh.
Man, and then Richie Cesarek just cost himself $250 breaking that stick. Well, if he picks up the Skaters Network Player of the Week, he could be in for a free one. So we'll see what Monday or Tuesday brings. But 6:15 remaining. 4-3 the score. Hartrick out now hit to McDowell. With Southwood right on his case. Here's Hazelhurst now. Goes high off the glass, but didn't get much on it. McDowell tied up there by Paddy Ward. Hartrick had his pocket picked. Apps on one knee. And Apps did well to gather that puck back in. Back after that 12-minute stint in the penalty box for the check to the head. Hartrick now. McCoy and Hartrick go shoulder to shoulder there in the corner. The puck ends up on the stick here of McCoy. He feathers it around, but it's stolen by Reve, and a swing and a miss there by Sheard. And a good play there by Nick Reve as he has a chat there with Troy Robertson. Sheard now checked by O'Kane. He goes towards the ice. Davies can't gather it in. Still on the blue line. And that as Sheard and Davies. Well, looks like Davies' stick was tied up in the armpit there of Hayden Sheard, who just shrugs it off. That now hit a Humphreys now. Just a shade over 5 minutes remaining here in regulation. Davies gets hit there by Lawson at the blue line. Put in there by Malloy. And he did well to gather that puck in and fire it right back out now here to Tazarek. Tazarek moving in. Tazarek gains the slot, shoots, kick saved out there by Pitkanen. Tazarek gets the rebound and moves right back in. Tazarek, wrap around chance. Lawson at the back door, just couldn't get the stick on it. Went off his skate in the interim, and Humphreys is going to try and gather this puck in here for the Mustangs. And that's shot across there by Bright, and out now here to Davies. Davies now, all by himself, got 3 North Stars players in front of him. Davies still got the puck, and puts that one in front, gets put into the glass by Powell. McMahon just can't keep it onside. And the Mustangs retreat now here through Robertson. There's a bit of move there for the Mustangs, and Ben Davies has been the catalyst on so many of these attacking drives here for the Mustangs. O'Kane in over the line. O'Kane, well, nice play there by Malloy. As he was going one way, put his stick the other and affected the poke check. Tazarek now puts the puck into the corner. Jones going to go in there against Naden. McCoy puts the puck up now here to O'Kane with speed. O'Kane around a couple and into the linesman and into the corner, but relinquishes the puck. And the play continues as that one chipped ahead there by Hazelhurst. McCoy backhands this one all the way back to Brendan McDowell. Up now here to Vyasov. Jones on the blue line as well. Vyasov's done well to evade a couple of North Stars players, but the puck is slapped away from him. And Melbourne running out of time here to tie this game. They've got 3:38 of it remaining, but that's plenty in hockey terms. Here's Vyasov now. Jones. McDowell at the back door. Vyasov still has the puck. He shoots, and that's deflected and into the netting. We'll get a whistle. So as we talked about, a couple of, we've got 3 games on offer. We've got the North Stars and Adrenaline. Bears will take on the Mustangs, who the Bears visit here, obviously, and the Thunder go to the nation's capital next week. So nearly a full slate of games, but play continues here in the third. 3:25 remaining. And a pretty stiff check there on Apps there by Malloy, and a little acknowledgement of such as Reve picks up the puck almost behind the net. Behind the blue line, excuse me. Getting a little ahead of myself. This one put deep across the neutral zone there by Vyasov. And he avoids the check there of Malloy. The shot comes through to Dane Davis. There's the puck tied up there. Vyasov digging at it with Hartrick. Malloy now. Captain of the Newcastle Northstars. Reve with Sheard. And, well, that pass was errant, but not icing, as Sheard picks it up at the near side. Sheard thought about the wraparound, and a couple of players wrapped around him, and McMahon comes away with the puck now here for the Mustangs. McMahon, long-range try, that's gloved by Davis, and we'll have a whistle. So a little bit of howdy-doody there after proceedings.
You know, going back to the Adelaide thing, if you're the North Stars, you got off to a slow start, so you'd nothing more than to come out of here and sweep the weekend.
Yep.
And at the moment, they're 2 minutes and 30 seconds away from that, and then take Adelaide and grab another 2, and they're right back in the fray, aren't they?
They'd be second, if not first, with results like that, obviously, depending on how the Dogs go and the Brave next week. Here's Tazarek. As well, Tazarek blew a tyre, and Davies was all over his back. Lawson stripped the puck there from Robertson. Lawson picks up the puck, still got it. Shoots it, and it was chipped there by Robertson. And Powell's going to have a go here for the North Stars. He does so. Saved there from Pickett. Powell in behind. And Robertson comes away with it now here for the Mustangs. A shade over 2 minutes remaining in regulation. O'Kane beaten to it there by Hazelhurst. And we'll keep an eye on Petri Pickett to see when he decides to head to the bench. Here's O'Kane now.
Sure, it won't be too much longer.
There's O'Kane with a rebound. Oh, what a save by Dane Davis! They might want to call the Victoria Police SOG. Dane Davis, armed robbery there on Pat O'Kane, and he still can't believe it. Unbelievable.
Yep, I think he actually acknowledged that too. Watch this.
Here's the initial save.
It's the shot, rebound, and right in his glove. Bingo.
Yeah. I'll give him an extra couple for making it a bit more theatrical, but still a great save nonetheless.
Yeah.
And, well, the North Stars hold on to their 1-goal lead. Timeout called now here by Max Parent. And, well, Rod, you did mention, obviously, the North Stars adrenaline next week. So say the North Stars get both 6 points, they're up the front, but the adrenaline could steal one, as they've
without a doubt.
They've shown against the Ice Dogs.
One should never take them for granted, okay? So at the end of the day, Melbourne Ice went there and they won it in a shootout. So after what I saw of them, right, they got smoked in that first game, but then they came back and they played us. And as we played them, they got better and better. Their goaltender got better. So you cannot go in there and be nonchalant about the whole affair. And
also, I mean, look, I'm interested to see how the Thunder fare against the Brave next week in Canberra.
Yeah.
Thunder, depending on how, I mean, they were beaten last night by the Ice Dogs on home ice. I know Dave Ruck wouldn't be too happy with that. They had a couple of rough ones last week against the Mustangs, as we found out, which we're still dealing with the consequences of.
Yeah.
But they're a team that's been a lot of, we did talk about it during the stoppage, but we'll get back to it later. Here's O'Kane, stolen there by Lindsay. Puck comes up now, up to centre ice, and Sheard can't get a clean handle on it. Humphreys did well to gather this one in and put it back now here to Pat O'Kane. O'Kane, he's muscled. 6 skaters on as Vyasov on the ice now here for Pitkin. Back now here to Davies. And as you can see, Pat O'Kane making a nuisance of himself inside the slot in front of Davis. That one chipped up into the glass. McMahon just keeps it onside and puts it now here to Humphreys. 1:16 remaining in the period. Mustangs looking for the tying goal. Nice play there by Sheard. Gathered in there by Davies, though, after that deflection. Robertson has it now in the corner. Now to Davies. Humphreys in front of Davis. And Davis makes the save. And he covers. Want to talk about tongue twisters? Davies and Davis.
Yep.
Right in front of each other.
Is that Mr. Sheard having a bit of a chat with Arnaud?
It's Rob Malloy and I think Davies.
Yeah.
Davies causing all kinds of problems for the North Stars. I mean, it would have been interesting to see if Ferguson didn't get injured, what kind of game this would be.
I think it would have certainly been a little bit more offensive-minded. Mr. Ferguson can handle the puck, and he works very well with Davies, right, and O'Kane. So
1:02 left on the clock here in this third period. North Stars just cleared the zone, and the Mustangs will have to reset and get a good entry. They do so here from Vyasov. They're trying to hand off there to O'Kane. The speedy Hazelhurst beats everyone to the puck and just ties it up in the corner, hoping to buy his team 10 or 15 seconds here to wipe off the clock. It's picked up by Humphreys. Gets it across now here to Davies. Davies tried to go back to Humphreys. Here's O'Kane. Side of the net, he shoots. And that was a good block there from Hazelhurst on the ice and into the netting.
That was interesting because he had Troy Robertson wide open. I would have thought, give it to Troy, take the shot. You got traffic in front again. What you don't want is to give this guy clear view. So I rethink of that one, I think.
As Robertson replaced there by Brendan McDowell, same players bar Robertson on the ice for the Mustangs, and Northstars haven't changed penalty killers. Even though it's not a penalty kill, basically 6-on-5 is of sorts. Reve. This one swooned over the top on her. Here's an open net chance now here for Tazarek to ice the game for Newcastle. He misses. Oh man, Richie Tazarek's going to want to have that one back, but here come the Mustangs through Humphreys. Humphreys now looking for a shot. That one slides across the crease there of Davis. Back now here to Davies. Vyasov, the call of shoot coming from the bench of the Mustangs. Humphreys, 10 seconds remaining. Can they get one? Moved up now, up ice. Hartrick shoots long range, and that's going to be icing. And, well, 3 seconds.
Tazarek would love to have that back because he had time and space and an empty net.
And you can see the coaching staff of the Northstars with a few smiles on their faces, but I'm sure there are a few nervous moments coming up for them. This is going to be a clean draw for the Mustangs if they're going to get a shot off. And you can see Vyasov parked right in the wheelhouse. And, well, they don't get...
she wrote, dude.
They don't get it. As the Newcastle Northstars come into Melbourne and take 6 points on the weekend, they defeat the Melbourne Mustangs 4-3 in a close battle here, Rod.
Yep. Well, you know, I said to you at the start of the broadcast that I thought that Mustangs had certainly a possible ability to beat these guys because they had the rest. Northstars would be tired, and I think you touched on it a little bit when Ben Ferguson got the stick in the head at the start of the game. He's out, so you've lost a bit of firepower, and let's not lose sight of the fact that Mr. Burke is out of the lineup as well, okay? So that's got to hurt them, and I'm not making excuses, but that's the sort of thing, and I think all in all, they had many chances. You know, I mean, when you think about it in the third period, how many times they bopped it around the post and things like that, it could easily be the other way around here. So as much as it's not the way the Mustangs wanted it, it was a pretty good game. And I think if I'm the Northstars, I've come out of here with a sweep. Got to be very, very happy to go away and do that sort of thing.
So the Northstars right back in the thick of it as we did. They moved to 9 points. They'll be in 5th place. I mean, that's better than they were at the start of this round. They were in dead last.
Yep.
And as we talked about, they got 2 games against the Adrenaline. The Mustangs will be back here against the Sydney Bears, who after that game in last night against the CBR Brave, well, they're looking to right their ship, but we'll see what happens during the week with that. Very interesting state of affairs. I'm sure that'll be talked about at length during the week.
Well, there's nothing like tossing your can.
As I'm sure the CBR Brave will be discussing. But to wrap things up here from the O'Brien Group Arena, it was the Newcastle Northstars taking the 3 points over the Melbourne Mustangs. They win it 4-3. And on behalf of my co-commentator Rod Johns, I'm Steve White. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We'll see you here next Saturday, 5 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time for the Mustangs and Bears.